y'all hear the music, y'all know what day of the week it is. August 25th, 2024. In the year of our Lord, we are here for another episode of High Off the Glass. I am happy to be here. I am your friendly neighborhood cannabis advocate and basketball fiend, OThaGreat. How y'all doing today? I am excited about today's episode. I have a local business owner that is going to come on later today. I cannot wait to have this young lady on the show. I have been I am a customer of her business, and I have bought products from her before in the past. So I am looking forward to having her on. So how's everybody doing out there? If you guys got any questions you all want to like to call in, feel free to call in 515-599-1687, 515-599-1687. This is High Off the Glass. And yes, we are sponsored by the STL Cannabis Club and the Cola Lounge. Cola Lounge is located at 2834 Cherokee Street, STL Mo, also known as St. Louis, Missouri. Make sure you guys check them out. It's the only cannabis lounge here in the state of Missouri where you can basically you can congregate, you can blow your green, you can purchase, you can drink, you can play foosball, get your ass beat by me or whoever. You can what up y'all? How y'all doing on IG? You can do a ton of different things that you can't do it. Like, who just wants to go to? I'll be honest with you. I get sick of going to a bar and just drinking. I just do. You know what I'm saying? That's when I go to the bar, I play pool. I'm not good at darts. And matter of fact, I'll be honest with y'all. I like darts, but I don't like them little plastic shits. I don't like them dumbass plastic shits. I like the fucking dart with the cork and the point. If you throw it hard enough, you'll stick it in somebody and they start bleeding. That's the type of darts I like. But nobody has that. They got the cheap plastic ones. So I play pool. And at this spot, you can smoke, you can watch Netflix, you can watch whatever streaming service, and you can play the game. Because at Cola Lounge, they have all types of video game systems set up there for you to play whatever you want. So yeah. Happy to be here. My guest should be here shortly. Before I jump, because I'm going to jump into the marijuana minute first, because I didn't do it last week, and it's very disturbing. But I'm not going to front y'all. I showed my daughter for the first time. I showed her. Oh, damn. Looks like my guest is. Well, my guest is here already. My guest is here already. I should have jumped in. Yeah. Why you didn't play? You did not play. What is it? Well, you know what, y'all? I'll try to get to the marijuana minute after towards the end of the show then, because this is alarming that the state of Missouri would even allow this. But everybody, I am super excited that this young woman took time out of her day to come be involved with High Off the Glass today. We have a local business owner and whose style. When you see this woman and you see her store, it does not seem like she is St. Louis at all. It literally looks like East Coast, where I'm from, or the West Coast. Everybody, make sure y'all give it up for Kisha Kandeh. Give it up for Kisha Kandeh. Miss Kisha, how are you? Oh, I am chilling. I am so happy you made it today, sister. You got over here fast.
Is that a stand?
Yes, it is, and you are more than welcome to use it.
Thank you.
There you go. You are welcome. Thank you for taking time out today. This sister came directly from her spot on Cherokee Street, and make sure Kisha Kandeh is the owner of Woke Brand, y'all. Woke Brand focuses on bringing a diverse cultural perspective and closing the gaps on many unspoken topics through fashion, art, and expression. The Woke Brand has expanded beyond apparel and now includes eclectic dope artists showcasing and events. Our mission is to show the world diversity, love, and peace through poetry, clothing, and events. Wow. It's pretty dope what you do. Make sure y'all check her out. The sister has 2 locations, y'all. St. Louis Galleria Mall. Are you on what are you first floor?
First floor, yeah, right next to the Gap.
Right next to the Gap. You can't miss it. Stay away from the Gap because the owners of the Gap are trash. They're trying to take the Oakland A's out of Oakland.
Let me find out.
And they shouldn't be there. Some little rich kid. He was given the Gap, and now he's trying to screw over the Oakland A's. Claims he's from the Bay Area, but he's just trying to get money, trying to take them to Vegas. So stay away from the Gap and go to Woke Brand, which is right next door, and go to my favorite location on 2626 Cherokee Street. St. Louis Mo. Just make sure y'all check them out. It's an awesome spot. It is very when you literally y'all, when I walk into that store at 26 Cherokee Street, I feel like I'm somewhere else. I don't feel like I'm I'm in St. Louis. I legit feel like I'm on the East Coast or I'm in Cali or some damn where. But Kisha, how are you today, sister?
I'm doing great today.
All right.
Yeah.
It is so good. Thank you for making time for the show today. We're going to jump right into it. Also, too, where's my stuff at? There it is. If you got any green, feel free to fire it up. It looks like you got some, so feel free to roll.
Are you a smoker?
Oh, come on. Are you? Did you?
I'm just,
She just asked OThaGreat, y'all. He a smoker. That's a new one. Yes, ma'am. Can I get a sounder for it here? Yeah. Hell yeah, I'm a smoker, Miss Kisha. Heck yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely a smoker. I'm glad you brought yours. So feel free to roll up. To start it off, sister, where are you? Where are you from?
I'm originally from Columbus, Ohio, but I tell people I'm from St. Louis all day long.
Yeah. Columbus.
Yeah, Columbus.
Where's my? That is where my grandmother is from. That's where my people started. Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up there until about the age of 9. I've been gone for a long time.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Is Kandeh your original last name?
Kandeh is my last name.
Kandeh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right on.
It's like Kandeh.
That's what's up.
Now you'll remember it.
Well, you put Kandeh in there, so when you text it to me, so
yeah.
I wanted to hear the pronunciation because I just wanted to make sure I got it right. But did I get it right?
Kandeh.
There it is, Kandeh.
Yeah,
there it is, not Kandeh. Kandeh.
Kandeh.
Is there any other last names
nope.
that is okay? Because I got some peoples up there. I was gonna throw some names at you. Let's see if you can throw them at me. Yeah.
Oh, well, Winston. If we're talking family and history,
okay. Winston. Okay, nope, that's not us. All right. So you were there till 9. Where'd you go from there?
From 9 to about 12 and a half, I was in West Africa, Sierra Leone, Freetown with my father. Ooh. So I lived there for some time. Yep. And then from Africa, I made my way to St. Louis as a refugee.
Nice.
And that is how I got going.
Okay, now bring us back to Columbus. So from 0 to 9, you there. How was school? Like, were you blessed to have 2 parents in the household?
Raised with 2-parent household up until the age of 12. When the war broke out in Freetown, Sierra Leone, this is when I separated from my father. So I haven't seen my father since the age of 12.
Wow.
And my mother then raised all of her children by herself when we came back to the United States. But I would say my beginning adolescent years were very, very much so a dope upbringing in terms of having both parents and
nice.
Going to school. I went to a private school.
Okay.
Yeah. So outside of that.
How long were you in private?
I did private school for about 3 years. When I lived in Africa, I went to private school.
Okay, but like in Columbus?
In Columbus, I went to a normal public school.
Okay. Now, why?
But I guess more in the sense of one of those special schools that's kind of a little hard to get into. Like, you know how they got the DSEG program and they bust the city kids out to the county schools where, of course, there's better education.
Right.
I was involved in that.
Isn't it a damn shame that we have to go out of our neighborhood?
We literally have to go out of our neighborhood to, like, really experience just normality of life.
It wasn't like that before segregation. Before segregation, we had everything in our neighborhood. And then it's kind of it's crazy. You want fair but equal, but once you supposedly get it, it destroys the infrastructure of your own community.
Right.
Isn't that messed up?
Right.
It's weird how that works.
Yeah.
So talk to me about, so you must have direct African, because we all African Americans, but it looked like you African.
Yeah. Yeah, I always tell people, I say, I am a true African American. So my father is African and my mother is American.
Nice.
And she is originally from Mississippi. My dad is from Freetown, Sierra Leone, where I lived for about 3.5 years.
Nice.
And so I am that true example of an African American.
Wow. How did your parents meet?
They met in Columbus through school.
What school?
Columbus State, and my dad was going to Ohio State, and I think they hooked up in school.
Now, how did he go from Sierra Leone? How did he go from Sierra Leone to school in Ohio, to Ohio State?
Well, he was privileged to have the opportunity to come to the States for education.
Right.
And so he came here and obtained his degree.
Oh, wow.
Had his PhD at Ohio State.
Okay.
And then had a family with my mom.
Wow.
And never really had a desire to live life in the United States. He wanted to always go back home. And so that's what he did.
That's what's up.
He got to a space where he could take his family back home. And so we were living in Sierra Leone, and that was life.
And you did that for 3 years?
For 3.5 years.
Wow.
And the only reason that I winded up here in St. Louis is because of the war that broke out. And so my mom's side of the family lives in St. Louis, and that's what brought us here.
Wow. Now, how was life in Sierra Leone for those 3.5?
Very, very different. Very different culture. Food was amazing.
Wow.
You were raised by your neighborhoods. There was no such thing as this is your parent or this is any adult told you what to do and you listened. That was the culture and the nature. Very beautiful land, very free. Not a whole lot of crime. You could go anywhere. You could keep your doors open late at night. You know, you could not lock up anything. It was very free. I love the beach and I love the markets. I would visit the markets very frequently, and I would visit the beaches very frequently when I was a kid.
Well, that makes perfect sense for someone who ends up being a fashion icon like such as yourself. So I totally get that.
Yeah.
How is this is the one thing I always wonder about, right? Africa is a motherland. Everything has started from there. African culture is really in almost every aspect of life, you know, in on this planet, in some way, shape, or form. But the one thing that I don't see that I feel like I should is the food. Other than what I think African Palace over there in North County.
You got African Palace, and for me, I tap more into what's my girl? Ajo with the name of her business is at the tip of my tongue. She would probably kill me that I can't just get it out, but it's gonna come to me.
It'll come back to you.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like you got people like her that are culturally invested in making sure that the food is seen, heard, and tasted.
Right.
You know, bringing her business to the forefront, being out in the community at these festivals saying, yo, well, we got tacos, we got this.
Right.
You know, try this.
Well, this is my question. Like, and I know that Sista's doing a thing. African Palace does their thing, but how come the food, because I'm wondering, like, what's the taste of it? Like, I don't see it too often, and not even in businesses, but I just don't see it at all. And of course, they try to push down our culture as much as they can.
It's that. Well, you got to think about it. To see it in business, there must be a demand. Nobody wants to open up a business that doesn't have, you know, a need or a want for it and push it upon people. So, you know, naturally, when you think about that, it's like, you got to make sure you're doing the right thing with your investment.
True.
Okay.
True.
Now the other part about it is who you surround yourself with, who you know, because I can get some African food on any given day.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I need to get with you. Like, what are the tastes of it though? Like, what? Give me some African dishes that will be similar to what I'm used to.
A lot of people will associate African food with it being spicy.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be.
Okay.
There are many different dishes.
Okay.
I grew up on fufu and sauce. That's the name of her company.
Fufu and sauce. There it is. I knew you'd get it.
Yeah.
Shout out to fufu and sauce.
I grew up on rice, fufu. I grew up on many different types of sauces. Very, very healthy dishes. Lots of different green leaves. We would go and pick these leaves, beat these leaves ourselves, and be able to cook our food. We grew up on a lot of different meats. Very, very meaty dishes. Wholesome food. It was never a time where you were hungry afterwards.
See, I figured it'd be more vegetable fruit based, but
we grew up on meat.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
We grew up on, we eat all meat. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, the average person, if I name some things, they'd be like, oh, like, you eat that?
Yeah,
You know, or,
yeah.
you know, something like that. So it's just a matter of just culture. That's all.
Now, you said the war broke out in Sierra Leone. Excuse me for my geography. It's south, correct?
It is west.
It's West
So
Africa.
the west coast. It's right next to Liberia, Nigeria, Ghana.
Bet.
All of
I
those,
thought it was over
countries.
there.
Yeah.
So, wow. So you're a child. War breaks out. How does that affect your day-to-day household?
Right now, today?
No. Back then.
Back then, well, it definitely separated a family, you know, wherein a child had both parents. To not be able to have both of my parents, that was the largest impact.
Right.
My father is the strongest in the two of my characteristics of what I have accumulated in my life on today in terms of learning and my business structure and things like that. So I feel like I definitely lost the advisor in my childhood.
Okay.
Then, but the protector or the parent that made sure I understood that I had a voice was still around, you know. And the one, of course, who can teach me how to be a woman.
No doubt.
But yeah, it was just different. Just not having that second parent in the household.
And why is it, if you don't mind me, and if there's anything I touch on that you don't feel comfortable asking,
No, I'm good.
make sure you can definitely tell me.
Yeah.
Why is it you haven't spoken to him since?
It took about 5 years before I could even have any point of contact with him because the country was going through war for about that long.
Wow.
It was a very long time that I didn't even know if my father was alive or not.
What was the war about, if I ask?
It was over money, diamonds.
Oh, always.
Yeah,
Always.
yeah.
Right. So Sierra Leone was fighting who? Who was
Sierra Leone.
Oh, it was the Civil War.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It was all internal. You know.
Probably started by white folks. Okay.
And so, the same people that protected us were the same people that were killing
Right.
the civilians.
What? Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So was it a
the
guerrilla?
soldiers-
Was it a guerrilla?
The soldiers were the same people that were killing the civilians.
What?
Yes.
Because was it a coup?
Well, the reality is that they lived very poor, and they were paid, very, very low for the work that they were doing, and it backfired.
Right.
They got tired of it, and they
Wow.
understood that the land was rich, and you got all
Right.
these people coming from all over the world coming to visit us, and we poor, and you got us out here struggling, doing all the work.
Bullshit. Right.
So that is to my understanding, but to live through it was to not trust or feel protected by anyone that had on military uniform. Anyone that possessed a gun was not your police or your friend.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And so that's what that felt like.
It seemed like that was a change, though, because at first you said they were protecting us, and then next thing you know, next day, they're the enemy.
Yeah,
It's kind of...
absolutely.
Wow.
But they were fighting the people who really had the power. They gave them their jobs.
Right.
So it's a rebellious state.
It was a military coup. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then in the process, we'll show you that we won't protect.
Wow.
We'll kill.
Yeah.
So I've watched people get their stomachs split wide open. I've watched murder right before my eyes. I've laid on the ground many, many nights, and just in fear of making sure that bullets don't fly through the doors or the windows. Like, this was the safest space. This was the safe haven. U.S. troops came in and came over there and got all of the...
All Americans? Mm-hmm. Wow.
and that's how we got out.
So, Keisha, you mean to tell me you saw people get killed during this war?
I've watched murder, for sure.
Wow.
Yes.
How did you deal with that?
At the time, being a kid, teenager, young teenager, I was extremely scared. I was extremely fearful.
Pull the mic a little closer.
I was extremely fearful, and I feel like the only way I was able to get to a space of understanding was me acknowledging the fact that I made it out. That was the part that I was understanding. I was understanding that we got to go.
Right.
Like, we were on a time crunch.
Right.
Like, and it was one day. They said the U.S. is here.
Yeah.
You got a chance to grab one bag and get on this helicopter. And you would get on the helicopter in groups of 10. So if your family size was larger than 10, then you didn't make it.
How many of it was y'all?
Oh, it was only 3 of us.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so we made it to stick together.
Your mom, and you siblings?
Me and my baby sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
And so we made it. We made it to get on that helicopter, and we had to leave a lot of things behind.
Right.
Okay, a lot.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because you only had the opportunity to bring one bag with
That
you.
sounds about right.
You know,
that sounds
and
about
whatever
right.
you could fit in that one bag. And I remember my father packing my report card. He said, "You're going to need this." And it was because I had did 2.5 years of school straight through the private school.
Right.
And at the time, I was 12 years old, but I was equivalent to an 11th grader in education.
No doubt.
And
believe
in order for me to come back to the United States and not repeat that based on age,
Needed the card.
I needed the card. I remember him putting that card in my book bag saying, "Here, hold on to this. You're going to need this."
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's beyond deep. Like we could do a whole show on that.
Yeah. A lot of people say that.
Yeah, I hope. Please, hope this isn't the only time you're here, Miss Kandeh.
You want me to come back?
Yeah, Kandeh.
Stay woke, my friend.
My bad. I said it like you was damn what you call it in Django and shit. My bad. Like you was DiCaprio in Django. But my goodness, that is amazing. So you all get to STL. How long does it take you to? Is it a culture shock?
No,
Okay.
I would come here every summer.
Okay.
And visit my grandmother.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I had been to St. Louis plenty of times. We knew when we saw the arch, we had made it.
Yeah.
6.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
On a regular basis.
Yeah.
For holidays, summertime,
Yeah.
we come down.
No doubt.
Yeah.
The
so
arch,
St. Louis-
yay.
St. Louis was new in terms of living here and going to school here, but not visiting.
Right.
Yeah.
How was school for you?
School was cool. I went to Marquette High.
Okay.
Yep. Did 3 years there. They did not accept me to come into school at the age of 12. The board disagreed with my age and my grade. So they put me back 1 year. So I was in the 10th grade at the age of 12, came out of high school at the age of 15.
Well, you were in, say that again. Yeah. Say that one more time.
So I was 12 in the 10th grade.
Damn.
And I graduated from high school at the age of 15.
Y'all hear this? This sister graduated high school at 15.
Yeah.
Wow. So basically, and we all, it's the lies that they tell us on a day-to-day basis,
right?
And we seem to forget. Africa's education system is, I guess, light years ahead of ours.
Well, it depends on where you go to school.
At? Okay.
Yeah, I was fortunate to go to a private school.
Right.
Which is really like the city and the county here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
But the private school gives you private plus the advantage of location, the additional classes, the one-on-one atmospheres,
right.
The direct rapport between parents and teachers, the curriculum on the front side versus as you go.
Right.
So, I believe the school I went to Lebanese International School.
Okay.
Is where I went to school abroad, and I think that I was very blessed.
Okay.
To have that opportunity in comparison to their regular school system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, and I think this would you be a great person to answer this. I really, me as being African American, aka Black American, I hate when the conversation is brought up that Africans don't like us and they hate on us and
yeah.
To me,
I hear that all the time.
You know what I'm saying? I think,
my God.
Number one, me personally, I think it's bullshit because I never experienced it. Number two, if I did experience it, I didn't generalize it to a whole race of people. Or a whole continent of people.
Yeah.
So that's that. What is your experience with it? Because you probably had both sides of it. How was that?
I try to educate Americans in particular about understanding that there is a cultural difference between African Americans and just Africans. Mm-hmm. It is important for us to recognize that some of our commentary is flat out disrespectful, and this creates a wedge and a very uncomfortable space and maybe even a boundary from some Africans. And can you blame them? So I look at it from a very unbiased perspective, quite honestly. And I am truly both and have I have been the kid that was called the African booty scratcher. Right. I've been there.
That bullshit.
I understand.
Yes. I hate that.
What it feels like, what
phrase.
it is. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that I had a chance to experience culture that didn't teach me that I needed to be in the hottest clothes or the newest trends to feel popular. So to come from that culture that accepted you in anything and you were free in anything, and then to come over to a school system where this was the normal. Yeah. And I've adapted and been able to have both worlds. So when I hear the commentary as adults, my first the response is really to educate, and try to get into the person's perspective of what their circumstance is or their experience, because they may have had an experience that drove them to this.
Exactly.
Which I can't take. Yeah, I can't. But for the most part, they just talking. Right. Yeah, it's just something to say.
They heard somebody else say it.
Yeah, they heard somebody, but and that's what people do. I mean, the uneducated person would do that. They would just. You know what I mean? Just have conversation. They're just talking. It's sad. Yeah, they like to hear themselves.
They do. They do. And sometimes the things that people like to say is hateful bullshit. Yeah. It's sad like that. Okay, so you come here, you graduate high school before you can even get a learner's permit.
Catching the story.
Yeah, I mean, so freaking, what happens after high school? After
high school, I play around with a couple jobs. I knew I always wanted to be in healthcare.
What could you do at 15 though?
At 15 and a half, I had my permit.
Oh, you did?
I went back to my high school and asked Dr. Bass. I'll never forget his name. He was my principal. He was the only black principal we had out there.
What school did you go to?
I went to Marquette High.
Okay.
And I asked him to get me a worker's permit.
Okay.
And my mom hired me. She was my first boss.
Nice. The school had to give you a permit?
Yeah, we had to get a permit from school. You had to get a permit from school. You know what I mean?
I got my first job at 15. They just show up.
No, it was 16 was the working age. But at 15, you needed a worker's permit back then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was, most companies wouldn't hire you unless you got that worker's permit from the
That's
school.
Missouri thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's
so,
what's up.
I needed that permit just to be able to, get the job. Mm-hmm. And then my mama fired me because we got into it at home. So she fired me. And when she fired me, I was like,
that's hilarious.
So this some, you know what I mean? Like, she mad at me for not doing some chores or maybe having a little boy over. I don't know. You know
what? You fired.
You fired. Don't come to work today. I'm like, what? What does work have to do with anything? She's like, yeah, I'll bring your check home.
That's crazy. What did you do for her?
I worked at a pretzel company.
Oh, nice.
She was a manager of the pretzel company, and I was one of her pretzel rollers.
It wasn't Gus's, was it?
Nah, it was actually I forgot the name of it, but it was a company inside of Barnes Hospital.
Oh shit! Okay.
And so they were a contracted restaurant.
Yeah.
Inside of the actual cafeteria.
Oh, okay, bet.
Yeah. And so when she fired me, I got a job directly in Barnes. I'm like, oh, never mind, screw you, it's all good. You know?
How old were you at this point?
I was about 16, 17.
Okay.
Yeah, like 16, 17.
Keisha, you are funny.
So,
you are funny. I'm so glad
I went and got me a job somewhere else, man. Like, whatever. Okay. But then I still saw my mom.
Yeah.
Because I would go to the cafeteria to eat lunch,
Yeah.
And I had to go home.
Yeah.
Well, no, I had to go home at the end of the night.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go to this because it's usually around this time period, and sometimes younger, sometimes older. When were you introduced introduced to the most amazing plant that you're currently rolling up, and that is a perfect
what year was this?
spliff you got going?
Yes, this was, what year was this? 21?
21?
21 is when I started smoking weed.
2021?
No.
Oh.
The age of 21.
Oh,
At the age of 21.
Oh, okay, bet I'm about to say.
Yeah,
okay.
nah.
What year was this?
I'm 40 now. Oh, man. Welcome to the 40s club.
Right. You don't look 40. You 84?
Yeah, 84.
84, baby. There you
84.
go. Congratulations.
So, I mean, what's that? 21. That's 19 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm 24.
20, was it 03?
15. No.
Okay.
2005.
05.
Yeah,
okay.
that's when I was introduced.
All right.
Messing around with a doughboy.
Yeah. So, wait. What is it? Sierra Leone, but a little too young there, but it's there.
Yeah.
And then you come here, high school, you knock that out early. You got a job at a young age, but you don't get introduced to the plant till you're 21.
21.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? What took so long?
I mean, I was really invested into school for the most part. I was the good girl, you know. I was the girl that wasn't letting everybody smash me. Like I went to talk of town.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And so I linked up with a guy who sold drugs heavily, and so he kind of introduced me to a lot of his habits.
Okay.
Some of the habits I picked up were gambling and weed.
What kind of gambling?
Casino gambling.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your game of choice?
Ooh, I don't have one. I let that go.
Oh, you had to let it go?
From the age of 21 to 39 years.
Wow.
Whew.
Heavy.
Heavy. I'm talking about never want to go back.
Okay.
Never. I would never gamble.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. I've learned how to lose everything that you work hard for.
Right. You was on that boat.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, every day, all day. Like, would gamble my credit cards, everything I had.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Oh, yeah. Would sleep on there. Would take the comps and sell them and take the money again and still gamble. Would rob you to go gamble. Would sell everything I got to make the money still to go gamble. Would get paid on a Friday, get off work, and go gamble.
Oh, you had a thing.
Yeah, I had it bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I had it real bad. And so that was something, that was the gift that I wanted to give myself in my 30s, was to leave that alone. So I dropped it all the way out.
Happy for you.
Yeah.
Happy for you. But you kept that, which is amazing. You kept the plant.
Yeah.
So when he showed you something bad, but he showed you something good.
Yeah.
Feel free, you need a lighter?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Just. Can we get a lighter, please? Lighter in the ashtray.
Yeah, we
Thank
about
you, sir.
to blow it up.
Time to blow some shit.
Blow
We got to smoke some. So, okay, so when he first introduced you to the plant, because it kind of seemed like, I'm not going to front, it seemed like you were a victim of that stigma. So you were staying away from it because you said you was a good girl. Mm-hmm. When he introduced you to it, was it love at first sight, or did it take a little minute?
It took a little minute for me to like it. I ain't like the smell.
Okay.
And back then, I probably was smoking some garbage, though. Which is probably why I didn't like the smell.
Right. Well, see.
But I did like the smell, and then eventually I started understanding how it made me feel.
Oh,
See,
okay.
you know, at first you just smoke, you don't even know what you smoke. You don't know what it's doing to you.
Right.
You don't understand. But
Right.
like how educated I am about the different leaves now is like night and day, you know. So
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, and was it? So it's like basically it was a accumulation, and you just slowly fell in love with it.
Yeah, I tried it. I learned very early on that I couldn't get a job, so I struggled, and I needed somebody to pee every single time.
Oh wow!
I needed to get a job because I was smoking.
Yeah.
You know, I was a smoker on a regular. It take
Okay.
30 days.
Yeah.
You know, so if I had a job change that I wasn't necessarily planning for, because at this time in life I'm not planning to leave a company, I'm probably losing the job and looking for another one.
Wow.
You know, I would go through the motions of just needing somebody to pee to get the job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody put you on the niacin?
What
The dietary supplement, that shit worked.
Oh, it really, I was always scared and felt like I don't know what I'm putting in my body. Like I'm one of those. Like if you give me some type of medicine, and be like try this, I really will try to go a natural route. You know what I'm saying?
Keisha,
like,
I 100% get it. And the first time I took it, it did me like that because I got it. I was in the Navy, and what was it? We had a drug test to pass.
Yeah.
One of my brothers on the boat gave it to me. I'm like,
Is it a liquid? Is it liquid form or a pill?
It's a pill.
Okay.
And it's a dietary supplement. And what it does is when you take it, it gives you it. And back then, like what? Let's say this is 24. So back then, about 24 years ago, it was way stronger. But I just bought some for my son so he could pass his drug test.
Okay.
And what is it? It used to give you not really bad, but hot flashes, and it would make your skin itch. So like when you took it, you had to remember, do not scratch your skin.
But I mean, who's still taking drug tests though? I thought it does
Oh,
it
yeah,
even matter?
Oh, you still got to take a drug. This is corporations we dealing with. They don't give a shit if it's legal in your state. They still will use it. And I specifically called. I'm not going to say what the company that is, right? But I specifically called because I knew where he was going.
Right.
And I asked him, hey, what is your drug policy?
Right.
Lady told me, what is it? You can be excluded from this job if you pop positive for marijuana. That's a goddamn shame in a state where it's 100%
It's legal.
legal.
I'm thinking.
But yeah, they still.
They still, as an employer, you know what I'm saying? I say that to say, I think that it's important that we still remember that we have those choices within our company.
Right.
So from that perspective, it does make sense that they can do what they want to do within their business.
Right.
But at the same time, it doesn't make sense that it's legal, but yet. Yeah,
you would think. Like, to me, there's no reason why you should exclude someone from employment for taking that plant, but that's the bullshit they on.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, it's the same thing as we can smoke, but we can only smoke in certain places. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's legal, but it's not legal to smoke inside of places that serve food.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean?
And
like,
speaking of that, a great place, and I know you probably know about it, Cola Lounge right there on Cherokee Street.
Right up the
from
street.
you.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all hit that lounge.
Yeah, that's my boy.
That is, yes, shout out to B.
Yeah.
Brennan England, that is a spot. I'm actually going to go there right after the show. That is a spot where you can do that, and you won't have to worry about nothing, and you can enjoy the plant and be in a relaxed environment and get work done.
That's
bring
what's
your laptop.
up.
Yeah, so
That's what's
it's
up.
beautiful. All right, here come it.
We've been waiting on this, Justin.
The EP with the lighter. Thank you, sir. There you go, sister. Appreciate you, bro. Right on.
He said that like, you made me get up.
Right. Why y'all make me get up? Thank you, Josh. I know, right? You always had a baby on Sundays. All right, so what is it? We fast forward. We go to you're in adulthood now.
Yeah.
What?
I'm a mother.
You're a mother. Okay.
I'm a mother.
Okay. How old were you when you had your first
I was
child?
19.
19.
Turned 20 about a year later, I believe.
Okay, cool. How else? Nice, boy or girl?
Boy.
Okay. How was that?
Different.
Okay. It is different.
It was different. I was living a fast life, so it was very different. I had to turn on my thinking cap really quick. I had the first 3 years. It was a struggle for sure. Woo! I remember being in this space where I was like, I'm trying to figure out life. I got to figure out what I'm going to do, how I'm going to raise this little boy, you know, how am I going to do this? What do I want to do? You know, the confused state. You're trying to figure out life.
Yes, ma'am.
It was one of those. Very grateful. My mama stayed right across the street. I would drop his butt right on over there and get in the streets.
Wow.
So she literally stayed right across the street from me.
Yeah.
And so, but she was on the clock. She was teaching me a lesson at the same time. She let me have some freedom. Shout out to my mom for that.
There you go.
And she would help me out. Yeah, definitely help me out. And give me my freedom to be able to go out and do things I want to do. But baby, in the morning time, you better come get them.
Yep.
You know, you have to pick them up.
Damn right.
That's when it hit though, cause I be getting home about 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then she like 8 o'clock.
Yep.
And Cameron's hungry.
Yep.
And I gotta get up and make food, and I'm like, yeah.
Shout out to Cameron, grown man now.
He's 21. Yeah.
Oh wow.
He's made me a grandmother.
Oh wow. Y'all start early. Okay.
No, he started early.
Both of y'all.
Made me a grandma. I said, you made me a grandma. I'm not even 40 yet. What's going on?
That's
And then he was like, one day he looked at me and he said, you know, me and you were the same age. And I said, I'd be damned. Look at the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, look at the cycle.
It'd be like that sometimes. Okay. So you got Cameron.
Yeah.
You're doing your thing with him.
Yeah.
When do you start to, you're still kicking it, you're still out in the street stuff. When do you start to dial it down and start to get on where you're at?
With life.
Yeah, get on where you're at now.
2006.
2006?
That's when I took a different turn.
Okay. And I remember you telling
that turn.
Go ahead, sister.
Yeah, that turn was me going back to school. So that's when I went to college.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Went to college, got my degree in
In what?
healthcare administration. I was
Okay.
already invested in hospitals. All my jobs were in
Congratulations.
hospitals.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
And so I got a chance to figure out that that's what I liked.
Okay.
Like, I like being in the hospitals. I like meaningful work where I was helping people and impacting them.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did that. You got your degree. Did you use it towards healthcare administration, or did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my most recent position before I became a full-time entrepreneur, I released dead bodies for a living at Barnes. So
Come again.
I released dead bodies. So when people
You
die,
worked in the morgue.
nah, I issued the morgue work to do. So when the body died, or any person or given soul passed away inside the hospital, the phone rings. And when the phone rings, I was the person who answered the phone and communicated the death from beginning to end to get the body out of the hospital. So my role was to make sure that the body comes off the floor and goes into the morgue. That the morgue does what they are assigned to do to the body. Okay. That the death certificate is signed from the physician calling out the death.
Right.
That the insurance you needed to.
Thank you, sister.
Of course. And then insurance and family, kinfolk, all those things lined up on who can say what, who had power of death.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's an important job.
Oh yeah, it was very meaningful.
Hell
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But before that, I released medical records.
Okay.
And so I was releasing records before the bodies, but I got a promotion to do the bodies based on my work performance and doing the records.
Shoot, they're both super important. Yeah, and I guess I'm dealing with the bodies is even more important. You're dealing with a human that's no longer with us, and then you got family members that's stressed out.
It's a lot of compassion. It's a lot of fighting. That showed me a lot about insurance.
Why? What are you fighting for?
Families are fighting for the right to say who has the okay.
The okay to say.
To move the body, to get the money, to make the decisions. What funeral home? What are they wearing? When can the body be picked up? I mean, they fighting. Thank you. They're fighting for. They fighting for that money, baby. That insurance policy. They trying to figure out who's on the ticket.
Wow. Okay.
Brothers and sisters who don't speak, they're coming together. So now you can help men families in your position.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
My first time when I had to go down to the morgue and check out a deceased baby, because the babies would come down in bags. They wouldn't come down rolled down.
Jeez.
And we had to understand what the bag looked like, because you would just be passing someone in the hall with this bag and not even know that they're carrying a dead baby. So that was part of our training, and going inside and seeing them pull this baby from the bag and the body be blue.
You had to physically look at it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh God. How did you deal with that?
Man, that was part of my job. That was in training.
Yeah.
And, and so you had to go through all of that to get to, the sauce, which was the job if you wanted the job.
Wow.
So yeah.
Oh, they broke y'all in with the worst part.
Yeah.
Wow.
You had to be able to take that in the physical. Although we didn't even have to see bodies on a regular basis.
Yeah.
All my work was done on the computer and the phones.
That is crazy. Oh, yeah. But
Because I organized
Yup.
every piece
I
of the
get it.
death.
We're going to show y'all the crazy part. And then
Yeah,
this is
so
what-
you
this
know
is
what's
what
happening,
Yup.
so you understand the
Yup.
process when you're talking about it to family members.
Ooh, how long did you do that
Yeah.
for?
I did that for right at a year.
Okay.
I did 1 year. And so when the phone rang, it was death, you know. Over on this side of town, it's like life. You know, I get a different side of experiencing something that I'm dedicated to on a daily basis that I call my job, and this is work for me. You know,
Right.
it is work for me for sure, but it's life on this side of town.
Yeah. When and you say life on this side of town, what do you mean?
As an entrepreneur,
Right, right. This is definitely life as opposed to death. Okay, so you did that for a year, then what?
then I went ahead and resigned from my position, and I birthed Let Me Create Your Tea, which is
Okay.
a T-shirt company.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That just made custom tees based on a person allowing me to do it, which
Oh,
is why I named it Let Me Create Your Tea. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I learned quickly, to some people maybe not so quickly, but
So that's the genesis of Woke Brand.
well, no, Woke Brand was birthed from that and the therapeutic state that I was encountering or experiencing at the time.
Okay.
So I started going to meditation as a form of therapy and started to find God in anything outside of religion.
Now, when you did the meditation, that was it yoga or just straight meditation? What?
TM, Transcendental Meditation.
Okay.
One-on-one kind of guidance
Oh,
from
Steve
your
was talking
yogi.
about that.
It could be a room of maybe up to 20 souls inside the room, practicing this form of silence to be able to connect to your creator. And so, yeah, I did that every Thursday. That was like church for me, you
Wow.
know. And in that, I felt like I was waking up because I was learning who I really was, who God was, what it felt like to even experience silence.
Right.
And even connect to God. You know,
Right.
some people never get to connect authentically to their
Right.
creator. You know, I'm
Right.
very grateful to have been introduced to my creator.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very I've been interested in getting into yoga, and I'm trying to talk to my 12-year-old daughter now about how to control her body with her mind, because that's a problem with us humans. We don't have control of our bodies with our minds.
Okay.
And I know that's what that transcendental meditation taught you. So y'all would just, but how did it work logistically? Y'all would just sit there for 20 minutes?
30 minutes
30 minutes.
sessions. We also come into the room with a topic.
Okay.
Our leader, our yogi, would instruct us on like a 2 to 3 week advance notice of what the subject matters and the topics were going to be for each Thursday. It was 7 o'clock. It was held in her home. Her home is a very, very peaceful, welcoming space that was decored similar to the jewelry that I'm wearing today. You know,
Okay, beautiful.
Very rich vibe, very free, very comfortable pillows, blankets, very great smells, erotic, cultural, I'm woke vibe, sense in the aura of the
Wow.
room, and just random people.
Yeah.
Asian, black, white, old, fat, skinny, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Coming to this space, trusting this person
Right.
to give them a safe space to be vulnerable, to be open, to talk about anything that they wanted to talk about, to, you know, just be, just to exist. She taught us how to experience our silence
Right.
and to be able to connect and transcend away and let everything go. She taught us how to let go. And letting go was like learning how to let go is a skill set.
How does she teach that?
Okay, the guided meditation would be through sounds. It would always be through her playing a selection on YouTube of maybe just peaceful water running. It would be her using a bowl and a dong,
Oh, yep. I've seen
okay,
that.
to
Yep.
guide us into something that eventually turns off. So creating a drifting energy that one inside of your restful state, because you are sitting here to rest. You are sitting here to rest and you're in this space and you realize that you're sleepy, you're relaxed, you're asking God to take your thoughts away and just be. Okay, you're asking to be authentic and to meet me, use me, fill me up.
Right.
It doesn't take religion or man's instruction to get you to this place.
Right.
I had been looking for God in all the wrong places.
Right. Right.
And I wanted to find God through me.
Right.
So how I was able to be introduced is through the transcending moment that she helped guide me to in the peaceful state.
Okay.
Okay.
Kisha, can I tell you when you were describing that your facial expressions completely changed, and it's almost like your aura changed?
Yeah, character.
Like-
I went into
Yeah.
what I existed in.
Wow.
Yeah, I can have outer body experiences because I'm an artist.
Yeah.
And when they say I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit, is what you just experienced in the flesh.
Right.
That's the difference.
Right.
You know, you got me here live in
Yeah,
the studio.
yeah.
And people hear me across the waves, and maybe they can feel my energy, or maybe they're like, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
Maybe I'm touching somebody.
You
today.
probably you touching me,
Mm-hmm.
and I definitely believe you are. That's outstanding.
Thank you.
So you find that in that, I guess that puts you. Well, where did it go back to what you just said? And I should have asked about this earlier. Your artistry. It seems like you were an artist for a very long time.
I've been an artist for about 8 years.
8 years.
Yes.
Okay.
As long as Woke Brand has existed, I've been an artist. So, Unlimited the poet, she spits poetry, and if you want a piece, I'll probably give you something. But I will take you somewhere.
Oh, okay.
I will make you visualize what I speak.
I noticed that in the bio I saw you online. You that was the first thing you did before the fashion was poetry.
Poetry.
Okay.
Poetry allowed me the opportunity to put some of my words or hot topics or quotes or phrases on T-shirts and sell them.
Wow.
See, as an artist, every artist has something to sell. CDs, T-shirts, wristbands, you know. You got to be smart and know how to create some type of residual that follows you in your art, because the microphone is not going to pay you enough.
Exactly.
You have to have something else to sell,
Right,
okay, as an artist.
right.
So I was selling T-shirts.
Okay.
And that's how I got into the whole customize and selling T-shirts gang. And I was dealing with this guy, and he was abusive.
Oh.
All right.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Hey, it's an experience. It's over.
Right.
It has ended.
It's horrible.
You know. So that's how I got into it. But I got rid of Let Me Create Your Tea when I decided to birth the Woke Brand, because the Woke Brand were my quotes,
Right.
not what people wanted me to create for them.
Right. Right.
So I said, no, y'all gonna buy my brand. So I believed in myself enough to create something that I thought people would think is dope enough to buy.
Right.
And I know how to sell it.
Right.
And people buy it.
Right.
And the Woke Brand be outside waking motherfuckers up.
Yes. Yes.
This is it.
Yes. Okay.
And in the process, God has allowed me much opportunity to inspire, encourage, and keep elevating.
Okay.
And I elevate now, not only by touching the mic and touching the garments, but I touch souls on runways
Right.
and personal events that I throw. And so
Okay.
what I may be passionate about showcasing, I pour into. So a lot of my events are exhibitions or performances or, you know, just artistry.
Right.
Because I'm an artist. I invest artists into the creativity of fashion. And then I create an event from it and say I provide a place for people to come and experience maybe just a safe space, a safe haven. You know. Yeah, so it is what it is, though, you know.
I love it, and that's literally what I get when I go there, when I go to your store. But I want to go back to the poetry part of it. What made the poetry come out of you? Like what birthed that?
Man, you know, surviving that, definitely surviving that abusive relationship.
Right.
You know, getting to a space where I could say I walked away. I'm here. I'm healthy. I'm able to provide for myself. I've created something that provides for me and my family. I'm blessed. I'm healthy. I got too many other things.
Right.
You know, so I acknowledge that, and I think that part is what generated me to go and gave me full force to, really stick out through the Woke brand. And so I had the opportunity to allow me to work for the Woke brand and even experience the Woke brand working for me. So I've experienced being an owner and a CEO in the same company. It has been that type of fruitful for me, where it has provided me not just enough for me, but for my family and my employees, because we are a company now that has expanded enough to offer job opportunity to our communities. So the work.
And before, I want to go back because I dig the poetry part of it.
Yeah.
And you answered that. Give me, when was the start of Woke, and when you shut down the T-shirt and you said, okay, I have to do this, and why did you come up with Woke
The
brand?
exact time I can't give you, but I can definitely say it was probably like 2018.
Wow. 2018.
Yeah, because I started like 2016, like the end of 2016. I started the poetry,
Okay.
and the poetry was where became the place where I had an outlet.
Where were you doing that at?
The first, one of the first open mics I attended was Poetic Justice. It would be Sundays. I think it was the last Sunday of every month, as a matter of fact.
Oh, where at?
He would have it at different places, but 2720 Cherokee.
Oh, that's my spot. I love that place. I wish it was.
Back in the day,
was still open.
Yeah, and then right, you heard me say back in the day. But then it was another one on Cherokee, another spot he would have. But then he went to pop-ups, and he's had it at a theater too.
Right.
Shout out to Corey Black. Corey Black has produced those shows.
Shout out.
Shout out to Word Up platform, Word Up open mic. All right. Shout out to. Man, we got Lyrical Therapy. That was a place.
Okay.
That was a place that allowed me to be very vulnerable.
Bad.
Shout
out to Legacy. Legacy
been holding it down 30 plus years.
Mr. Nix, we love you, bro.
Mr.
Thank you,
Nix,
John.
yes.
Mr.
Oh
Nix
my
is the man.
God.
Shout out to your son Jay. Jay is my boy.
That's what's up. Yeah, the platform's there, So Unlimited the Poet birthed the Woke brand, started selling it at all of these places. She would spit poetry, putting up a pop-up shop table and, laying the merchandise out and telling people why they should get it.
Bet.
And then I created a CD. I produced an album with Timothy.
Oh, snap.
Who is Timothy is the brand. Let me get it right. All right, shout out to
them.
Yes. Oh my God. And then, I have like this radio personality too.
Okay.
This is why I can sit here and talk to you.
It seems like it, yeah. What was the album you produced?
I Am Unlimited the Poet.
Oh,
all right.
Spoken
and
word?
It's spoken word for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bet.
Here you go. We're going to give you that back.
All right,
And so, I had the opportunity of tapping into the poetry side and the performance. And so I started getting booked left and right. Yeah, I was performing everywhere. I performed on all stages in St. Louis. Like,
Nice.
it's crazy. Yeah, I've been in a lot of rooms. Very grateful to shake a lot of hands, meet a lot of people, and touch a lot of souls. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's real shit.
To be honest, and let's keep it a buck, that's why we're here. We're here to help other folks and have a positive thing with other folks, not negative or bring somebody down. We're here to make a better impact.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
This is how you enjoy life.
That's really the riches right there.
That's it.
It's not
Some
dollar
people
bills.
don't
It's that.
understand it.
Yes, ma'am. Preach.
Oh, they don't understand it.
You're right,
It's
you're
the
right.
mindset.
Right.
And if you don't have the mindset or you don't know any better, how
Right.
can you
Yes.
do
There
better?
it is. Oh my God, girl.
How can we do better?
You are very smart, and I dig what you are talking about. Okay, so you said you can't tell me the date, but you start Woke Brand in 2018.
Yeah, somewhere along the lines of 2018 for sure. Woke Brand was birthed.
Why'd you name it Woke Brand?
Because I woke up. I had been asleep for a long time. Look at the choices and the things I had started doing. Look at how I invested my time back into me to even learn who I was.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
You could be a walking zombie. You can just be a walking influence character on Earth.
Yeah.
Meaning you have no mind of your own. I'm good. Can't function. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that is crazy.
just really can't function.
Woke up. That's why you named it that. Here's the thing, though, right? It is super hard for most humans. Excuse me. To do introspection.
We're not taught how to.
Yeah, and we just won't look at ourselves and say, I guess, where did you learn that? Did you learn that in the meditation? Family, parents?
Where did I learn exactly what?
To be critical of yourself and know what you're doing wrong and try to
Through
change
that
it?
meditation, for sure.
That.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was life-changing.
Okay.
Yeah, like being able to sit down with myself, others, and just be quiet.
Yeah.
Like shut the fuck up and listen to silence.
That fucking part.
Yeah, that was life-changing. That was life-changing.
Up and listen. Just listen.
You gotta listen.
Oh.
It's something in the listen, which is why we are listening.
Yes, ma'am. There it is. Yeah. Wow. So your first, did you open up? Okay, it's 2018. You got Woke Brand going. Are you strictly online? Do you go straight to Cherokee? How did that work?
Nah, I've been working in my home for a couple years. Home-based business, working in my basement, producing.
Bet.
I produced a fashion show out of my basement.
Wow.
People wouldn't even have known.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, not in it, but created it there and produced it in an outdoor event space.
Okay.
But yeah, like I went from that to like a showroom. I went to a shared space where I even tried to help some brothers out. And keep their doors open. They could afford the building, but they didn't have the employees. I became the employee for free, kept their doors open. Everybody ate.
Wow.
I collected and sold their other products that were in the store. I did that for about 4 months, and then it didn't end well. You know, there was some jealousy there with Woke Brand popping out of there.
Yeah.
And I wasn't paying no bills. My bills was that I was the employee and I kept the doors open for them. That was the agreement.
There's people coming in buying your stuff.
They were buying their stuff and my stuff.
Right.
But only my stuff selling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that didn't really necessarily end well.
Okay.
Then I wound up jumping. You know what I'm saying? I jumped and went and got a little suite in an old school building, Southside building over there off Jefferson and Arsenal. And I was there for about 2.5 years.
Selling out of building on Jefferson. Jefferson and Arsenal.
So I had one-on-one, kind of like I would have 2 to 3 people at one time, sometimes up there.
Storefront?
No, this is like a little suite on the
Wow.
3rd floor. Like
you said
people had
suite,
to,
my fault.
people had to climb steps. It was hood. Come see Keisha, had to hit a couple steps.
Wow. Okay.
It wasn't, you know, like one of those things where it was just like, oh yeah, we finna pull up on the Woke Brand. Nah, no storefront, no nothing. I'm pop up at shop to death.
Yeah.
I'm at everybody's festival. I'm at everybody's events. I'm
Yes, ma'am.
shaking hands, meeting people.
Yeah.
I'm getting pictures. I'm doing video.
Right.
This when videography was just getting,
You're doing all this yourself?
Yeah, well, I was hiring people and, you know,
Okay.
providing gigs to
Wow,
opportunities. The brand was birthing enough revenue to be able to do this. You know what I'm
I was
saying?
just
So the
gonna
brand
ask,
is
how
moving.
did you fund all that? Okay,
Well,
bet,
yeah, I funded myself 100%.
No doubt.
I just started receiving sponsorship just 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to our sponsors for rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? And just like pushing us and putting up for us and putting things behind us and just standing behind us and standing with us.
You can mention them if you
Oh
like.
yeah, shout out. Okay, shout out to, man. Where do I start? You have me.
Is that many?
Well, I got lists. Like, and I don't want to leave nobody out because you definitely got to charge it to the.
Oh,
we're gonna charge it
okay.
to the green.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Never
yeah.
mind.
Yeah, nah.
Props to y'all.
Shout out to iHeartRadio. Shout out to Urban League.
Oh,
Yo,
no doubt.
shout out to Hatchet House, Axe Throwing.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to my models that model for me and give me their time.
Wow. Okay.
Man, it's a lot. It could be a lot.
Yeah, it can. That is amazing. So you doing all this. Your grinding was super hard with Woke Brand. You mentioned to me when we talked earlier this week that you were in LA and you were doing something. You were like an interviewer for celebrities on a red carpet. Like
Yeah,
what was that about?
I was an interviewer. Who covered me on that gig was ITV Network. Shout out to ITV Network. I used their microphone and their logo.
Okay.
And I had the opportunity to fall into really that opportunity was it was a sponsorship. The sponsorship allowed me to be coached and have somebody give me a chance to even look like I knew what I was doing.
Right.
To interview these celebrity artists
Right.
that are coming through to this $1 million production that they have produced.
Yeah.
That I'm having the chance to be on the red carpet and interview these people.
Wow.
So it wasn't a paid gig. It was an opportunity for me to work for free
Okay.
and show myself.
Okay.
and I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a dope experience.
How'd you get it? Were you out there just for that? Were you living?
Yeah, I flew out there just for that. It was a gig just for that. Yeah.
Bet.
So
Okay.
I've had the opportunity to have people want my presence in different spaces, and I have gone and produced in different spaces. Yeah, I've done shows in New Jersey.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've done pop-up shops in so many different states.
Nice.
Driving and pulling up, bringing the brand with me, like hustling my brand wherever I go.
And I guess the people that you, when you did the stuff out of town, literally, did you make those connections on socials, or how did you?
Yeah, a lot of my out-of-town business came out from my Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, our Instagram be popping. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like,
She said.
what it is. Like,
Christian with a K in the building. How you doing, sister? Hey,
going
what
on?
up? What up? Chilling. That is, she said, my Instagram be positive. She's just telling the truth.
I'm just saying, the Instagram do what it do sometimes.
Yeah,
So.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
It is
all
what it
good.
is. Mm-hmm.
It is all good. I don't know, what is this? I got this new.
Man, shout out to McDonald's. You making me think about sponsors now.
I hear you.
Man, straight up.
I don't understand this new thing I'm seeing on IG. IG don't, they charging you for, you can't go live no more. They
I
put
ain't heard nothing about that.
they put a cap on how long you go live.
Really?
I'm literally trying to go live, and it just stopped me in the middle of.
It could be.
And it did this last week. This is some
Show
bullshit.
y'all.
I do not understand.
Show y'all.
Which one you on? You on IG?
Nah, this Facebook.
Okay. That motherfucker just charged me and everything. It just stopped. I don't understand that. But anyway, what up, y'all? How y'all living? Ooh,
Yeah.
we in the house.
We in the house.
So, man, you have been pushing with this brand.
Yeah.
When did you?
8 years now, man, on the ground. 8
Ooh.
years. 8 years, 2 brick and mortars. One in the St. Louis Galleria Mall, one on Cherokee Street. We've been in the Galleria a little bit over 3.5 years now. Approaching 3.5 years. Been on Cherokee approaching our first year. It's rough. It's rough. It's hard business. We're in the retail industry. So many things have impacted the retail industry. You know, it's not necessarily one of the best industries to be a part of, but it's one that's lucrative.
Right.
You know, so man, coming out of COVID where everybody wants to be their own entrepreneur.
That's the thing too. Like I'm so proud of you, Kisha, because you've doing this 5 years. You started before the pandemic, and you made it through the pandemic. We both know the amount of businesses that closed because of that horrible pandemic. That sorry ass piece of shit that thinks he can felon and rapist and misogynist. And, you know, that's trying to
Not pay taxes.
bigot that don't pay taxes.
Dang.
And only wants to take care of his rich homies and shit. This sorry son of a bitch, and it's part of the Klan that's trying to run for president again. He put us in that mess. You made it through it. You know what I'm saying? How did you do that? And if you could, I got to wrap up pretty soon because we got another show about to start. Give me a quick, like, how did you make it through all that?
Trial and error. A hell of a lot of prayer. Systems. Plans. Reinvestments.
Right.
That's it.
Wow. That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
That's the Woke Brand, y'all.
Wow. Was able to open up and two. The first location was Cherokee.
One of my commenters said, "God, absolutely God."
Oh, always God.
Yeah,
We got to give
that's
it up to
given.
God. Always
Absolutely.
the Lord. Like,
Thank you.
We can't do anything on this planet if it's not for God.
Yeah.
First location was 2626 Cherokee Street, wasn't it?
Nah.
What was first location? Oh no, we talked
Galleria.
Galleria. It was
Yeah.
Galleria first.
Well, you know,
besides the suite.
yeah, the suite was really
The
first.
suite was the first one, yeah. Jefferson and
Arsenal.
And
then you got
Galleria.
Galleria.
First. See, I thought Cherokee was first. Oh, okay, bad. I thought
That's our newest baby.
bad.
We're over there trying to birth that baby. You know,
I bought
birthed it, but we trying to, keep feeding it life.
Yeah.
You know, like.
I got wifey and my daughter some hoodies from there last
Come on,
Christmas.
shout out to you supporting the Woke
You know what I'm
Brand.
saying? I had to. I kind of messed up on sizes, though. I think I went a little too big.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
But,
they say the kids like the oversized, so.
you know what I'm saying? They gonna rock the shit. But yeah, Kisha, this was dope. What event do you have coming up? What do you have coming up? People need to
Man,
look out for.
our next event is going to be the open mic inside the Cherokee location. So we moved the clothes out the way and turned the showroom floor to an open.
What is that?
Wednesday coming up.
This Wednesday.
This Wednesday,
What
7
time?
o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Doors open 7
Oh
o'clock.
my. Yo.
Tickets $20 on the website. ShopWokeBrand.com. That is all right. ShopWokeBrand.com. ShopWokeBrand.com. All right, my people, my friends.
Shop it.
Yeah.
Shop it. Get
your
tickets.
tickets, yeah.
Go
this
to the
week,
open mic.
This
It's gonna
week,
be
when
sick.
you get the tickets, you get the free $20 tee as soon as you walk through the door. Got a range of choices to choose from. You can only choose from the choices that are printed on the floor.
At the Cherokee
yeah.
location.
Yeah.
If I want to go so bad, I got a punk ass work. I hate working second shift.
Oh.
I really hate it. I really do. I can't wait to get back on first shift. But I want to go to that so bad. But I'm gonna be on it. I'm gonna be over there to see you and
For sure.
check on you. And I cannot wait. Miss Kisha, you like politics?
I don't tap in.
You don't?
Nah.
Okay.
I ain't gonna tap in on politics. Definitely not on the air.
You should. All right, well, we're gonna talk off air then. Yo, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
And y'all
for
make sure
having
y'all.
me.
Oh, this was amazing. Make sure y'all check out wokebrand.com. Wokebrand.com.
Yes.
Mess with it, y'all. It's amazing.
ShopWokeBrand.com.
Shop it, y'all. Galleria, Cherokee Street. Check out this woman's shops. You know what it is. You know the brand. It's OThaGreat. Keep smoking. Keep hooping. We out.